Hello and welcome into this lunar eclipse in Pisces astrological energy update, where I'm going to help you get grounded into what is happening on our world at this time. But not just in the outer world stage, those experiences that are affecting us. This is also about what is happening for each of us individually. What are we being called to experience right now? What energies, what darkness that we're being called to face and to bring our lights to. We are in a very powerful period of time, this corridor of several years where society and humanity is going through its own consciousness upgrade, its own awakening, where everything we have known is changing, is realigning, is upgrading in a completely new way. Can you feel it? What are you experiencing? What are you sensing that is ahead? That light in the darkness at the end of this tunnel that we as humanity are walking. Let me know in the comments below. I would love to hear your thoughts and your experiences so we can continue this conversation and see how it deepens and grows. And if you are new here, my name is Chrissy Whistler. I am an embodied evolutionary astrologer. I'm not just going to give you the astrology lingo, I'm going to give you language that you can understand how it is affecting your life in real lived world ways. So you know how to work with these energies, to alchemize them and transform them. That is the heart of the work that I do as an energy practitioner. I am also an oracle and a channel, and I do have some messages coming through for this lunar eclipse in Pisces to help you again understand what's happening and how to work with this moment, this time period of tribulations that we are in. You're going to find all that information at my website, chrissywhistler.com. And if you find this helpful, please give the video a thumbs up. Please subscribe if you haven't already and hit that notification bell so you don't miss these very important energy updates. Thank you all so much. I truly appreciate you for being here and for being yourself. Now, what the heck is happening in our world? First off, if you are experiencing a lot of overwhelm right now, you are in the right place, because that is just what this lunar eclipse in Pisces is bringing us. And I'm filming this a few days ahead of that lunar eclipse. So if you're feeling that overwhelm, especially emotionally, this being flooded with emotions, with sensitivities beyond yourself, as if you are connecting into several different dimensions and unseen worlds at the same time, and you are having a hard time being grounded. That's very much part of this Pisces lunar eclipse energy. This is a very intense, powerful time, especially for sensitives. That's just what the eclipse portal is. And on top of it, that solar eclipse we had in Leo and this one here in Pisces are not lightweights by any stretch of the imagination. We are in big, big times. So again, if you're feeling it, you are not alone. And I really want to validate the experiences that you're having. We're also having the sun coming online again, getting very, very active. We're already having some solar flares. This especially happens when Mercury comes close to the sun. They will be conjunct at this lunar eclipse. But what that tends to happen is to launch the solar flares. The sun wakes up as Mercury gets closer, and we're already seeing this. We can definitely be expecting a lot of global seismic energy, whether more earthquakes or volcanic eruptions. Like, we're just really supercharged right now, and that supercharging will only continue as we move through this eclipse. So just to reassure you, if you are sensitive and you're picking up all of this, you're not going crazy. That is actually what is happening right now. And you can very well be tuning into those global seismic energies. What's happening right now is this message that we cannot take the old past bullshit with us into this new future. We can't carry it with us. And so there's a lot of these seismic energies on the earth, but also in our societal systems and within our own lives. This intensity that is growing because we cannot take the old bullshit stories with us into this new future. So what you may be experiencing is this going back into the past before you can move forward. You are having to review that past. You might feel like you are falling on your ass or taking 5 steps back for your 1 step forward. That is what the energy is asking us, because it's like, no. You can't carry this with you. You have to stop moving forward and see this truth for what it really is. And because we're human beings, we tend to need to get knocked on the head first before we're like, oh, I hear that. I have to actually make a change. This is true individually. This is true societal at that global level. So there is this breaking down of societal power that is happening right now, especially when it comes to energies of hierarchy, of that narcissist, grandiose leaders. And in fact, right now, we are seeing the bully effect to its extreme. Just this week, Trump has started a massive trade war with Canada, and Canada is like, no, we're not doing this anymore. We're not going to submit to the bully. We are just going to say no. Very, very interesting. And I had mentioned that we would be seeing the narcissist energy, whether it's the malignant narcissist, like someone that Donald Trump holds, or someone who is trying to change reality to fit themselves. That everyone else's perception of reality is false. You need to come into their delusion, where there is also not a shared understanding. High octave Leo is, I'm going to take center stage, I'm going to do my thing, and then I'm going to step back because I understand that you are the son of your own universe and you have something unique to share. So I'm going to let you take center stage. And then you're going to do your thing. And then this person over here, they're going to stand up. they're going to shine with that unique creative expression of who they are. That's how high octave Leo works. But that is not what our society, especially Western civilization, is built on. Instead, we are built on that almost king-like structure, the pyramid, where there's somebody at the top and there's everybody else at the bottom. And only the king matters. This is also true of our corporations. And again, I'm speaking, my knowledge here is in America. And I'm just witnessing what's happening with the Paramount Warner Brothers merger that they are attempting. And there's a big lawsuit about it, as it should, that these people should not have this amount of power concentrated in one place. Again, that pyramid structure, that distorted Leo energy. And they were trying to bully the state of California, like, well, if you don't give us this, then we're just going to leave Hollywood and go to this other state. And they're like, no, we are not going to continue because you are not negotiating and meeting in good faith. So that's playing out. But I thought that was really interesting, the timing, especially following this Leo solar eclipse, where we are seeing the narcissist, the bully, again to its extreme. We're having to review the past, this truth of the narcissist. This is an example in society, but also the narcissist in our lives, or how we have interacted with these kinds of personalities, where we have given away our power to them or our reality to them. So this is all happening. This is all at its extreme. And there is a need to take accountability right now, to be responsible for what is ours, and when to stand and to say no to that bully. So it's this back and forth that is happening right now. That extreme energy, I expect, will be continuing really until October, because that right now the moon's nodes are at that 29 degrees of Leo and Aquarius, the anaretic degree, which means that shit is really turning up. The distortions are turning up on that dial because you need to see it. This is what we are trying and needing to evolve out of. That's why it's extreme. That's why it's in our face, and we are being called to ask the questions. Where do we need to be accountable and responsible for what's ours as part of that greater issue? And I was just using the narcissist as an example because it's so in our face right now. All right. So be really mindful, because that seed that was planted at that solar eclipse in Leo is happening throughout this 6-month period, also within this 1 month before we have our next new moon coming in. So there was a seed that was planted. You are going to begin to see what is blossoming, an illumination of that seed at this full moon in Pisces. But this particular full moon, it's a very powerful full moon eclipse because it's what we call a hybrid eclipse, which means the moon's nodes are no longer in that Pisces energy. It's shifted into Aquarius. So we're actually finishing this 18-month journey that we've been in with a North Node in Pisces, this need to learn faith, to learn how to surrender to that which is greater than ourselves. So there's going to be an illumination of that story, that learning journey, this evolutionary journey that we have been on, have we learned the lesson of faith? Have we learned the lesson of going with the divine flow? That particular illumination of that lesson will then be carrying forward for the next 6 months. So it's quite a dance that we're playing here with the energy. Again, there's just going back. Are we learning the lesson that is then taking us forward into the future? So I hope that makes sense. I know it's kind of a lot because it should be. Because in a way, we're timeline jumping here. We're cleaning up things from the past in order to go forward. We're doing both at the same time, and we are learning balance. So I have a message that came through, a channeled message, and so I'm going to read that one for you right now. It has to do with this lunar eclipse in Pisces. This time that we are in. What you are stepping into, you will not see coming. And yet, it will be perfect. And once you do see it, you will see it clearly for what it is and what is needed. An illumination of truth and change. For that is the time you are in, and that time is not going away anytime soon. For it is time for change, a time of awakening. Can you feel that in your life? How are you being called to awaken and to step into this truer version of yourself? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to witness you and see you on your journey and your experience. And it's so interesting as I received that message. This is before the sun started to wake up. How perfect is it, this divine timing, Pisces, that we have a large, active, dynamic sunspot that is on the sun and it is facing Earth directly. It will be in what we call the bullseye hit, where if a large amount of energy and plasma is released from the sun that creates a coronal mass ejection or CME, it will be coming directly towards us, and Earth as well as ourselves will be receiving that energy. And when we get these energy influxes from the sun, it is waking us up. We, to our very DNA, are receiving an upgrade, a mutation by light, through light. There will probably be something big happening. Again, that's just kind of more common, especially in a full moon and a lunar eclipse, which is actually going to be a blood moon as well. It's quite rare that this happens, so we'll be seeing potentially a red hue over the moon. It will not be a total blood moon, but it's pretty darn close. And as I mentioned, we have the Mercury-Sun alignment. There is a good chance that we are going to be getting some activity from the sun, which is going to be about waking us up as humanity. I'm clearing that energy. This lunar eclipse is not screwing around. Very, very powerful. And again, we're completing that series of eclipses that happen within that Pisces Virgo polarity. Again, emotional overwhelm, definitely on point, Pisces. We are also being asked to learn the lessons of boundaries, Virgo, which is where the Sun and Mercury are right now. This is about discernment and putting up boundaries with other people, with situations, with energy, whatever it is. It's time to stop. And did you learn that lesson? So you may be experiencing a culmination of that lesson with other people, or it's like, oh, yeah, I gotta do this. It's like so in your face that you just can't put up with it anymore. That's the kind of thing that eclipses will do, especially a full moon lunar eclipse. It's going to illuminate it. We're going to see it objectively. We can have a culmination, or again, just see it for the truth of what it is. The moon is also conjunct the dwarf planet Gong Gong, and this is going to be tying into that emotional overwhelm. There is a need that we've been doing to learn how to channel all of that flow of energy from the divine, when to open ourselves and when to close ourselves. Again, that energy of discernment. We're also having this opportunity to see through the delusions, the illusions, the deceptions, Neptune, Pisces, to see them for what they truly are. Whenever we have a full moon, lunar eclipse, I always look to see where the ruler of that eclipse is. That's Neptune. And my goodness, Neptune on its own is forming some incredibly powerful aspects. Like this is not messing around. Like I don't want to go into the nitty-gritty of all the astrology, but trust me when I say this is a butt kicker. This is the divine, the universe coming in and being like, it is time that you are learning these lessons. Some of those lessons are going to be, again, around faith and surrender, loss. We can be definitely experiencing loss, natural disasters at this time that has to do with Pisces. This idea that there are things that are greater than ourselves that we do not have control over. And do we need to let go of that delusion that we have control? Because we don't. We have control over ourselves and what is happening inside us and how we react to things. The rest of it, we don't. Just to give you a little example, where I'm living, our home is just going through a massive change. First they were working on our balcony, they were fixing that, and then they're working on our podium deck. So we are sitting on top of a garage, and because this surface has not been maintained for 40 years, they have to completely redo it. So they're going to be chopping down all of our beautiful trees. We have jasmine. Oh gosh, it's really going to break my heart, and I'm very sad that I have to be here and witness this destruction. And at the same time, I know why I need to be here to help these devas and the nature spirits who live here find new places to go. I just found out that that project is happening way quicker than I was expecting. So in September, this part is going to be filled with noise. And then in November, the other side of our building, where the beautiful trees are going to be coming down. I found this out just a few days before this lunar eclipse in Pisces. I do not have control of this. I do not even get to have a say in replanting the right kind of trees because I'm not an owner of this property. I live here and yet I don't have a say. And I'm really going to be very emotional going through this because I can feel the pain of the trees and those beings and the critters and the birds, the squirrels who call that their home. Are you experiencing something like that where you're getting that rug ripped out from under you? You weren't expecting this, and yet here it is, and you have to find a way to deal with it. The North Node, for example, is moving through my 4th house of the home. So of course, this is where I'm needing to put my focus on and having this disruption to my home. So if you don't know where this eclipse is falling for you in your chart, and you would like to know and you would like some guidance, again, please go to my website and we can do an eclipse astrology reading for you to understand what the heck is happening in your life, why, and then how to work with it. So just know that that is available for you. Okay, so I hope that that little example helped for you kind of know what I mean with this things happening beyond our control. Neptune is also opposite to the asteroid Lucifer. And this particular one I'm going to point out because it's a big E. It's a big one. Lucifer is this energy at its lower expression. It's there to test us. The closer we get to God, to the divine, the more that evil will test us. So this can very well be with Lucifer and Libra around people pleasing. Or the snake oil salesman. They can just say whatever they want and it's just dripping with untruth. This is shining a light on what is not in balance, not equal. Where is that in you? Where must you be accountable for that, especially if you are a spiritual leader? Neptune in Aries. That's going to be big. So keep an eye out for some deceptions coming forward from our spiritual leaders and not owning truth, justice, equality for all. This is really going to be around authenticity and integrity. So look for that, especially in those who are our leaders, especially spiritual leaders. We have a finger of fate, finger of God happening as well between Neptune and Haumea, and then Neptune and that Sun Mercury in Virgo. Oh my goodness. So there's a rebirth that is happening through this destruction, this volcanic eruption that's happening. There is going to be a regeneration, coming back into unity consciousness. Sun, Mercury, and Virgo, this can either be around stop being so damn humble, or you need to learn humility. Okay, there's going to be this back and forth between these different energies that is happening. And because, and this is going to be very, very highlighted with that lunar eclipse being in Pisces. So look for that. See how that surfaces for you. Neptune is also in a grand cross to Ixion and Ceres. This, what that means, the new rules of society. It's time to see them. It's time to change them. How do we get to our true bliss, our true joy? Do you have it? Do you know what that is? And are you allowing yourself to be nurtured, your own inner child to be cared for? So expect that we're going to have this illumination of deceptive leaders at this time, or an illumination of those who are actually in flow with the divine, with true Christ consciousness, unconditional love to take us into the future. That's our North Node in Aquarius. Surrender. Lessons of faith. Those are really, really important. Where is the flow of the divine taking you? That is leading you into your true nourishment series. Your rebirth when you go into the underworld. That's Hemia in Scorpio right now. So see how all of that is coming through for you with this lunar eclipse. And as I said, this is going to be an energy carrying us forward for the next 6 months. So I have another message that was coming through because I told you this energy is about awakening. This lunar eclipse is awakening. And I'm going to get more into that with the astrology. But first, I'm going to give you this message. This is an awakening of consciousness. Change is coming, whether you want it to or not. It will not be stopped. The question becomes, what part, what role will you play? Will you resist what is coming? Or will you choose to rise? What is being asked of you in this moment, this present moment, and what will be occurring for the years to come? Will you be a bridge for the future, or will you resist it? The choice is yours, and yet know the choice to change or not is not yours. For your earth, your Gaia, has already chosen for change. This eclipse of Pisces is both a reminder of surrender to that which is greater than you, and a reminder that you are already connected to that which is greater. What will you build? What will you create with this power you already hold within? How does it feel when you receive that message? This reminder that you hold and are already connected to that power, to the all that is. Let me know in the comments below what you think, what you feel. Awakening. This lunar eclipse in Pisces is all about awakening our consciousness. This full moon eclipse is square to Uranus and Sedna in Gemini, who are being ruled by Mercury, who, as I shared earlier, is conjunct the sun. Very, very powerful. This eclipse is not messing around. This time that we are in is not messing around. This is a time of revolution, Uranus, of rebellion. This restlessness and this need for truth. Uranus is the sword of truth that is going to cut through all that Capricorn, Saturn, societal bullshit that is not working. And whenever you have planets that are square like this, there is a tension that you cannot look away from. So the more this hierarchy, the bully, the narcissist energy, the power over dynamic, which we have been conditioned by, tries to hold on, tries to tighten this grip, this Uranus with Sedna are like, we are not putting up with this shit any longer. The people, Uranus, are not gonna put up with it. This is an energy of standing up. This is an energy of recognizing that what we have been clinging onto on that boat, Sedna, that we thought was safe was not actually safe, and we're going to see it. There's going to be an illumination of this, and this is about surrendering and letting go of that boat so we can be completely metamorphosized into something new. Our consciousness is waking up as the human species. We are waking up to the reality of who we truly are, and we are awakening this evolutionary growth. We are being pushed to grow, and we're not getting a choice in that. As this greater collective story, we're not getting that choice. This is happening. And I have another little message that came in as I was tapping into that Uranus square, this eclipse. There is no sand for you to hide your head in. There is only truth. Stark, clear, undeniable truth. And for those who choose to deny, there is only delusion of themselves. Like I said, this energy is not messing around. Even that Sun-Mercury energy is in its own finger of fate. Cannot get away from this tightly, a tight energy to Neptune, to Pluto. Oh my goodness. What do you need to let go of? To review of your past in order to move forward. This is that spark to share your creative purpose, who you are, your service for being here. What do you need to see? What illusions do you need to let go of? To see yourself as a spiritual leader, this way shower that you are, and yet, are you holding on to any delusions around that? Again, are you too humble, or do you need to actually take a couple hits on humility? Pluto is going to shine a light on the crap we don't want to see. Pluto is about a catalyst for change. The atom bomb that is going to go off and transform us into being these leaders, to being of actual healing and service in a unique way that is ours. Sun, Mercury, and Virgo. Can you step into the spotlight and let your heart lead where it needs to go? To share as yourself And if you can't do that, why? What stories or wounds and patterns are holding you to the past, are tying you into those old stories of you need to be perfect or you're not good enough? We are being called to work through whatever those delusions and stories we've been telling ourselves are, or whatever the group has been telling us that we are, that we need to transform out of. The future we are being led into is about authenticity. Authenticity is the name of the game. Authenticity is sexy. It is coming back online and it is coming in hot. And if this part is really resonating with you and you might be afraid to be seen, to actually tap into that part of yourself, then I will really recommend you checking out a 2-week workshop that Katie, Tara, and I are going to be holding. The first part, we're going to be diving into this astrology, the Aquarius Leo polarity that we're in, authenticity being led from our heart. And Katie and Tara are going to share their own unique gifts to really round that out. And in the second week, we'll be going into a group quantum healing session to help you loosen up and transform anything that has been preventing you from stepping into the uniqueness of who you are and letting yourself be seen. If any of that sounds interesting, check out the description below, go to my website, sign up. There are only 10 spots available for the full 2 weeks, or you're more than welcome just to come and join for the first one where we talk about the astrology. Because this astrology isn't going away. We're in it for 18 months, and wouldn't you like to understand better what's coming so you can meet it and work with it? So just know that that is available for you. Oh my goodness, can you tell how big this moment is? Like, the divine is not messing around, truly. We also have, because we're not going to stop there, okay? The sun is in a very tight trine to Ixion right now. So this is going back to changing the rules. Which rules are not working? And it's also in an energy trine to Chiron of Taurus. So this is about our values. Our values, our sensuality. This is about money, worth, self-esteem. Let go of the boat. Remember, what is actually not safe that you need to let go of. So just kind of know that energy is also incredibly highlighted. But I'm not going to stop there. We have Jupiter and Varuna are exactly conjunct. This is an energy that is telling you that your heart knows the way. To claim your mastery, your sovereignty, follow your heart. That unique creative expression that is you. Jupiter is also in a very tight trine to Saturn. Time within time. The seed planting moment between Jupiter and Saturn was January of 2020. So here we are. Jupiter's moved forward. Now we're in a trine. Do we have honest leaders in our government, in society? That's what this trine is asking us. That seed planting moment happened in Capricorn, society, government. Are we seeing a misuse of power? Can humanity see it now? Do we have leaders who are being led by their hearts or by their greed, their desire for more money and power? This is a time where we are letting go of the bullshit patterns, the stories, the standards of society that are not working. It is time to see truth. so we can build our future and claim this authority from our hearts and a higher love. Saturn with Celestia. New navigational systems are coming online to build this new society from this, again, this upgraded understanding, where we're moving out of that Capricorn structure, this misuse of power and patriarchy. We're moving up into higher love. How can we interact and to be leaders of society, build society from this new vibration, this new frequency that is actually coming in together with the whole group, working together to create that. Lead the way. You are a leader. See yourself as such and then lead. Lead from your heart. Can you feel all of this? Can you feel what is coming from our future? And it's not fully here yet. It's like we're getting bits and glimpses as the world is falling and crumbling around us because the old systems aren't working for us anymore. And there's a call from the divine, from the universe, from Earth herself saying, humanity, it's time. It's time to rise. It's time to awaken. And this lunar eclipse is another major hit on that gong, that reverberation that is calling us into this change. So I'm going to finish this off with another little channel message that came through, especially if you are feeling rocked or afraid with what you are seeing happening in the world. Just take a deep breath and receive this. Allow it to breathe into you, into your body, and all the places, especially the fears that you're holding. Allow this message to seep into there and to hold whatever feelings, fears, emotions that you're having, or life experiences, right? The awakening of consciousness cannot be stopped. Surrender to the process of who you are becoming, of who you have always been. Each of you now who is listening are meant to be light holders, way showers for these times that appear so dark. Know this of what you may see, and only see, is the darkness. Know that is not true, that is not all there is. Look to yourself and see the light of who you are and what you hold for others. This is the time to shine brighter. This is our lunar eclipse in Pisces. As I said, it is a big one. We are going to be called to really step into this light of who we are, to be the light in the darkness as things will continue to ramp up. This intensity, this crumbling in the outer world, this is only going to grow. We're going to really feel it from now into 2027, even into 2028. This is the deconstruction phase, just like I'm going to be experiencing here in my home. The tearing down in order to build something right, to build something new. If you are needing support with this, again, please go to my website, have a birth chart reading for yourself, or perhaps sign up for that 2-week workshop that we have coming in September. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up. Please share it. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Every time you do that means so much to me, and know that I am so grateful. Hang in there. Take care. Keep checking in. Let me know in the comments how you are doing in surviving this powerful time of awakening. And I will see you at the next new moon video. Take care. Bye-bye.